Every second, over 100 packages begin another journey. Millions of people press "Buy now." Thousands of trucks start their engines. Cargo planes lift into the sky. Warehouses come alive. Robots race across endless aisles. The world keeps moving without ever asking who makes it possible. But tomorrow, everyone will have the same answer: you. Because tomorrow, you don't just own Amazon. You own the engine of global commerce. Most people think Amazon is a website. They're wrong. Amazon is a living network. Every day, millions of sellers compete to place their products inside your marketplace. Factories manufacture because of you. Shipping companies move because of you. Warehouses expand because of you. Entire industries wake up every morning because your platform exists. Imagine opening one dashboard and watching millions of purchases happen in real time. Someone in New York buys headphones. A warehouse in Texas activates. A robot retrieves the item. A conveyor belt begins moving. A truck leaves the building. An airplane prepares for departure. Another van starts its engine. All of that because someone pressed one button. And every button belongs to you. You no longer think in dollars. You think in continents. You no longer count customers. You count civilizations. Commerce itself becomes something you can see, like rivers flowing across Earth. Millions of glowing streams, all leading back to one place: your empire. Imagine entering one of Amazon's fulfillment centers. It doesn't feel like a warehouse. It feels like stepping inside the brain of a civilization. Millions of products, moving without confusion. Thousands of robots working with impossible precision. Artificial intelligence predicts demand before customers even know what they want. Entire shelves move by themselves. Packages find their own destinations. Machines communicate silently. Every second, thousands of decisions happen without human intervention. And every decision answers to you. Then your imagination goes even further. What if deliveries became completely autonomous? Drone fleets fill the sky. Self-driving trucks cross continents. Humanoid robots carry packages to front doors. Orders arrive before people remember placing them. Convenience becomes so perfect that shopping feels invisible. People stop asking, "Should I buy it?" They start asking, "Why isn't it here yet?" That's the moment you realize you aren't building warehouses anymore. You're building the nervous system of global commerce. Most people believe Amazon makes money from shopping. In reality, one of its greatest powers is invisible. Look around the internet. Netflix streams movies. Businesses process payments. Startups launch new apps. Hospitals store critical information. Governments manage digital services. AI companies train intelligent models. Millions of websites appear online every second. Behind the scenes, an invisible foundation keeps everything alive. That foundation is yours. Tower after tower filled with endless rows of servers, each one quietly powering the digital world. You don't just own warehouses anymore. You own the infrastructure that allows the internet itself to breathe. Imagine opening a global control room. Every continent glows with activity. Cloud traffic flows like rivers of light. Every spike, every connection, every innovation, every breakthrough passes through your empire. Suddenly, you're no longer watching the future. You're hosting it. And then, you begin to realize something terrifying. Owning Amazon isn't about controlling products. It's about controlling the systems that keep the modern world alive. Imagine sitting in your office on an ordinary Tuesday morning. Coffee in one hand, a global dashboard in front of you. You don't see stock prices. You don't see emails. You see the heartbeat of global commerce. Every package moving, every warehouse operating, every cargo ship crossing an ocean, every airplane carrying thousands of products, every delivery van leaving before sunrise. billions of dollars flowing across the planet in real time. Then you make one decision. You lower delivery costs by just $1. Almost instantly, millions of people change where they shop. Factories increase production. Shipping companies hire more workers. Ports become busier. Packaging manufacturers receive larger orders. Advertising budgets shift. Competitors panic. Entire supply chains begin reorganizing themselves. Not because governments passed a new law, not because central banks changed interest rates, but because you clicked one button. That's when you understand something extraordinary. You aren't competing with businesses anymore. You're quietly influencing economies. Countries celebrate when Amazon builds a fulfillment center. Cities redesign roads around your warehouses. Governments offer tax incentives, hoping you'll invest. One announcement creates thousands of jobs. One cancellation changes an entire region. This isn't retail anymore. It's economic gravity. The closer businesses get to Amazon, the faster they grow. Most people think rich people work for money, but the world's largest empires don't. Their systems do. Imagine falling asleep tonight. While you dream, millions of Prime memberships renew automatically. Thousands of companies pay cloud computing bills. Millions of online purchases continue across different time zones. Advertisements generate revenue. Streaming subscriptions renew. Businesses store more data. Developers launch new applications. Artificial intelligence trains on your infrastructure. And every single second, your empire grows larger. You wake up, not to yesterday's fortune, but to an even bigger one. Without making a single phone call, without attending a single meeting, without selling a single product yourself, because your empire has evolved. It no longer depends on your time. It depends on momentum. Every new customer attracts another. Every new seller creates more selection. More selection attracts more buyers. More buyers attract more businesses. The machine feeds itself day after day, year after year, until money stops feeling like money. Numbers lose meaning. Millions become billions. Billions become background noise. The real excitement isn't watching your bank account grow. It's watching your influence spread. Because eventually, people stop measuring you by how much you own. They begin measuring you by how much the world depends on you. When presidents call, when billion-dollar startups wait for your answer, when scientists ask for funding, when entire industries hope for your approval, you've crossed a line. You no longer own Amazon. You own one of the most important pieces of modern civilization. Then something unexpected happens. People stop asking, "How much is Amazon worth?" They begin asking, "What's Amazon going to do next?" Governments invite you to private meetings. Presidents ask for investment. Cities compete to host your next fulfillment center. Universities want research partnerships. Scientists seek funding for breakthrough technologies. Startups dream of becoming part of your ecosystem. Entire industries wait for your next announcement. One investment creates a new market. One acquisition changes an industry forever. One partnership accelerates innovation by years. One press conference moves financial markets. One interview changes investor confidence. One sentence becomes tomorrow's headline. This is no longer commerce. This is influence. And influence is far more powerful than money. Because money buys things. Influence changes the future. Imagine looking down at Earth. Millions of deliveries never stop. Warehouses never sleep. Servers never shut down. Cargo planes never stop flying. The machine keeps moving, even when you don't. Then you realize something. If Amazon stopped for just one day, hospitals would wait for supplies. businesses would lose revenue. Factories would slow down. Families would miss essential deliveries. Entire supply chains would begin to fracture. The world has become dependent on your empire, and that dependency becomes your responsibility. You can't simply walk away. You can't press pause, because billions of lives are connected to decisions only you can make. The wealth is extraordinary. The influence is unimaginable. But the pressure never ends. You begin to understand that the greatest luxury isn't owning everything. It's being free from having to control everything. Then one final thought crosses your mind. What if the empire you believed you owned has quietly become the empire that owns you? Owning Amazon was never about becoming the richest person on earth. It was about becoming one of the people the modern world could no longer function without. And that's a level of power few people ever truly imagine. So now, let me ask you one question. If someone handed you the keys to Amazon tomorrow morning, would you take them? Or would you leave them exactly where they are? Every empire changes the world in a different way. Google controls information. Amazon moves commerce. But what happens when one company controls intelligence, or energy, or space itself? If you enjoy exploring the future of power, technology, and the world's greatest empires, subscribe to Mind vs. Power, because the next question might change the way you see the world forever. Until then, keep questioning, keep imagining, and never underestimate the true price of power.